Hey, what's up, Herd? This is your update for Wednesday, November 27th, the day before Thanksgiving, guys. Let's get on into the markets. Just to give you a heads up, I am recording this video on Tuesday night, the 26th, because I'll be traveling tomorrow. However, I'll post this as early as possible in the morning. We are sitting at currently $91,668 for the Bitcoin price. We have dropped down to as far as 90,881, but I do think we could come down as far as 88,000 in the immediate short term. If we don't make highs of $100,000, guys, I do think we could come down as low as 72,000. But let's take a look at long liquidity to get a better picture of this. I do see a big pocket down here at $74,000, which would be an amazing price to get back into Bitcoin on if you sold any at close to the top there. However, the closest range of long liquidity is actually around 90,000, which we did come down into, and we did liquidate some people on the way down. Though we could go down a little bit farther, I do see more liquidity coming in the short range, up around $99,000 to $100,000, which could bring the price of Bitcoin back up to that. I also see a little bit of liquidity around 97,000, which I do think could be a magnet for the price in the immediate short term. If we did make our next peak at about 97,000, I would expect a downward trend for the price of Bitcoin in the very short term. Though, guys, I do want to show you what it looks like in the last cycle around this time. Getting into the holiday weekend on Wednesday, the 25th of November of 2020, we did have a drop in the market getting into Thanksgiving, guys. And on Thanksgiving Day, we actually dropped quite a bit. However, this drop is very, very short and came right as we were butting up against the all-time high of the previous cycle. We did come down 14.66% and then retested again the top of the cycle, which was then at 19,500. So could we see this a similar pattern, or do you think we're closer to this range here? We've broken out past all-time highs, obviously. This is a 2x from all-time highs, and though we haven't hit that yet, guys, 100,000 is a very, very strong psychological resistance point. So could 41,000 in last cycle be similar? Let's look at what we could see from a drawdown if we do see one. So there was a 28% drawdown from 41,000 to about 29,000, and then we didn't drop much lower than that over the next 20 days or so. Personally, I don't see that dip being so dramatic in the immediate short term, guys, especially with all the bullishness that we've gotten after the election. But if we got any FUD from the Middle East or the Ukraine-Russian war, we could see some downturns over the holiday weekend. I said this on Monday, but I would like to see us come back down to the EMA at least, guys, at around 89,000. That would be a drawdown of about 10%, maybe 11%. Wouldn't mind seeing even 12 to 13% on the price of Bitcoin. I know a lot of people are rotating out of Bitcoin at this point, and that's why we're seeing a drop, especially as Bitcoin dominance has gotten up to as high as 6150, which is pretty incredible for the percentage of Bitcoin's market cap over the entire crypto market cap. Now, we have come down here, and there is some divergence in the money flow versus what we're seeing in the dominance here, but we are creating higher highs but also lower lows. So this could be an interesting way to find out if we're going to go higher or lower for Bitcoin and what the rest of the market could be doing. If we come back up to 60% over the next couple of days, guys, and then break down further, we could see a further alt season. I think there's some early signs of that, and Bitcoiners are going to rotate out of Bitcoin and into alts. And unless we see higher highs here for the Bitcoin dominance, now is the time to rotate into alts and see this alt season come to play. In previous alt seasons, guys, we've seen the dominance of Bitcoin come down 46%. The last time we saw Bitcoin peak on the dominance chart, it was in early January, guys, so we could have about a month and a half to look forward to Bitcoin rising yet. I don't think it'll be that drastic this cycle. However, I am expecting at least 35% dominance retrace. Getting into the price of ETH, guys, ETH has held up rather well against Bitcoin, and as part of that dominance rotation, guys, we're seeing dominance from Bitcoin rotate into Ethereum right now. Though Ethereum has dropped a little bit over the last 24 hours, it has not made consecutive red candles yet, as Bitcoin has over the last 3 or 4 days. However, whale money flow does continue to come out of Ethereum in its USDC chart, so I do think we have a couple more down days to go before we see a bounce for Ethereum. However, if I do draw a trend line, we could see a bounce relatively soon for whale money flow, sending us back up, hopefully back over $3,500 for the price of Ethereum. BNB has come down to about $600, which is a great bounce off point for it, and it also lines up with the simple moving average. Whale money flow is curving up and to the right slightly right now, and I would love to see this continue to the upside, letting alts fly in this market. Solana retraced to its 21 EMA after making new all-time highs. I would love to see this retrace a little bit more before we start testing all-time highs again, but that will all depend on the rest of the alt market. Money flow here is also looking like it could curve up and to the right again, so let's look forward to a pump in the price of Solana. So we came down past its 21 EMA mark all the way back down to about $3, but has bounced significantly since then, sitting right now at $3.43. Whale money flow coming back into this pretty strongly with a steep curve to the upside. I think we'll retest $4 on SWI, especially if the rest of the alts make a rally. With that, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content just like this. Have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow, guys. Travel safe, eat a bunch for me, and have a great day. God bless.